Boatnut Films has been on YouTube for about 7 years now. It was originally designed so that I could send family members video files that were too much data for email. This was my first boat in 2010. It was a Fabuglass. It was a fun little project to make it run after 20 years in a barn. It was my great uncle's. We gave it to my dad gave it to me. My dad and I together worked on it some and went on the lake with it. Little key coffer, 45 horse, short shaft, wood seats and everything in it. Now my interest has turned to horsepower and bass fishing. This is a Hydra Sports VS 150 FF. It has a 200 horsepower V6 two-stroke with 3 deuces in it. I love this boat. 18.5 foot and everything worked after putting a little work into it. She's just sitting there loping. Sounds like it has an oversized camshaft in it. One good thing about two-stroke engines is that they wind out quicker than a 4-stroke. I've had this boat up to about 75 miles per hour. Then I let out of it due more to respect and fear. This was my wife's favorite vehicle. And this is the Hydra Sports. I sold this boat and bought a motorhome.
God, that's the best food.
That's hold him up there, kind of.
You got a camera?
Yeah, I'm getting the video.
What is that? Some kind of bass. It's a dark painting.
Bird and Ernie, left to right. Sky is the horse on the left. She could have been triple registered. She's extremely smart. The leader. These are quarter horses. My wife loves horses and has kept and broken them since she was a teenager. We still have Bubba. He's the horse on the right. He's almost 30 years old now. And this is Clover. She's the offspring of Sky. We sold Sky, so we do have a piece of her. She's extremely smart. I miss the country. I miss being out in the county. We had to downsize, moved into a neighborhood closer to work in a city in Tennessee. The property and lifestyle we had was just too much to maintain. It really was. City life. Hummingbirds are so freaking cool. Hey YouTube fans, this is David with Boatnut Films. Boatnut Films is quickly turning into anything and everything other than boats. I've sold all my boats and have turned to other projects, and I get too many toys. I needed to downsize some. This is my 1994 Ford Millennium Class C motorhome. We didn't use this thing much. My wife hated it. It needed so much interior work, so I sold it. I did, however, pay my Ford F-150 off. So, there's a saying, the best day of my life was the day that I bought my boat. The best day of my life was the day that I sold it. So what did I do? I bought my boat back. My brother and I spent a whole summer fishing. The boat's on an extreme and constant amount of maintenance. I sold the boat to a friend of mine. He took it out one time and told me I was crazy to drive this thing at high speeds. He said it was out of control. So I bought it back. I had fun with it for another year. I did some improvements on it. I enjoyed it. Maybe had it for another 2 years and then I sold it again. I needed room in the garage. This was the first day home, my 1973 Mustang Standard with a 302 tube barrel and a 3-speed automatic. This thing had been sitting in a barn for supposedly 11 years. My brother-in-law bought it for $700. My wife bought it for a very fair price. We did hose it off. Rewiring the ignition to get all the crud, animal bone, and a few other minor things to get it pretty much out of it. And of course, I don't pull fuel from the tank, from the gas tank in the car. The oil pressure is kind of low on it, but it seems to have life in it. I can't believe the carburetor runs as well as it does. I love the way the old exhaust sounds without the catalytic converters. This exhaust system, I think, is fairly original. No holes or anything in the mufflers or anything. The car at this point, the wheels are pointed directly ahead. I have slipped it enough. My steering gear went out. You can even see the play in it. And then Intrepid. Where the steering wheel is now turned completely around. Is we're going to pull the windshield wipers. We're going to pull all this out. There was no how-to video to fix a steering gear for an Intrepid, so I made one. This video is the only one that I've made that has gotten thousands of views. Where they connect in. Those two are we're all disconnected from the steering assembly. You shouldn't even have to have the car aligned after this. It should all just pop right back together. We'll see. That's me. I'm not very photogenic, so you probably won't see much more of me. Oh, man. There it is. So much trouble for such a piece of shit. I hated working on this car, but it held up fairly well. I used it as a daily driver. Pretty quick. I love it, I'll miss it. We just wound the crap out of it. She still purrs like a kitten. But you should know I haven't made it. I don't drive it that way normally. Another reason I want to sell it is I just bought a 1972 Mustang and I'm going to go pick it up today or tomorrow. Then some jackass drunk driver smashed it.
they totaled it. I used the insurance money to buy and fix this one up. This 1989 C4 Roadster, and I got it for a fair price. And this is where we are currently. We're pretty much up to date here.
I nailed into it hard a couple times and went through the gears and the transmission, and it shifted out well. Checking all that, but we blew a donut gasket. Clearly feel it. Probably ran it for about an hour, but it wasn't until I started going through the gears on it and really winding it out, it blew that gasket. But we haven't started on the exhaust yet. We'll have to change, still need to change the oil, transmission fluid, and put the exhaust on, so I'm going to have to find a way to get it up safely where I can do that. But other than that, it drove really well. I was impressed with it.
Most people just enjoy the car stuff, but there is some other subject matter on my channel. One of my favorites was the tour of Falls Mill in Franklin County, Tennessee. This is the county that I grew up in.
Not really super to cruise there, but
and that's about it. You'll find some other things on Rutherford County, Tennessee on my channel. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the channel.
Fox 3